Hey, it's Scotty. I often urge people to read my free guinea pig care guide so they can learn to spot signs of common illnesses. Well, learning how to tell if your guinea pig is in pain is also just as important. You know, we love our guinea pigs, they're our babies, and we don't want them to be in pain. But sometimes pain is just a part of life. So being able to tell when your guinea pigs are in pain, that can go a long way into getting them the care that they need and getting them feeling better as soon as possible. So here's a list of 8 signs that your guinea pig is in pain. And this came from brookvets.co.uk, and I'm going to put a link to that in the description. And after we go through this list, there's going to be another list from Guinea Pig Magazine. If you click the link in the description, you'll go to the article which has details about each one of these signs. So sign number 1 is grinding teeth. Number 2 is a hunched over appearance. Number 3 is squinting eyes. Number 4 is drooling. Number 5 is weight loss. Number 6 is fast breathing. I'd also say labored breathing. Number 7 is a reluctance to move, and I might also characterize that as lethargic behavior or not wanting to come out of their hideys. And number 8 is whimpering, whining, or vocalizing in pain. Now, you know pain when you hear it, so if your guinea pigs make a noise that just doesn't sound right, you know, this is one of those times where I will say, do put your own emotions, your own point of view perspective, your consciousness, your awareness into their perspective and ask yourself, well, this behavior, is this something that would seem like they're in pain? Is this something that I would do if I was in pain? And try to imagine the sign that you're seeing, well, what could be causing that is pain related? Again, if you click the link in the description, you'll see a lot more detail about each of these signs and symptoms. Now, Guinea Pig Magazine has a similar list, and they list 10 signs that your guinea pigs are in pain, and then 3 more long-term things to look out for. So let's go into that list. Number 1, vocalizing or screaming. Number 2, writhing or abdominal contractions. And number 3, which is similar, would be a change in posture. So maybe they're hunched over. Now, that is very similar to number 2 on the list by Brook Vets. So you can see some of these are very similar, but I like the fact that we have 2 different lists from different sources. And it's always good when you want to learn something, you go to different sources that you can trust, and then you see, well, what do they have in common? Number 4 is flinching. You know, so if they're kind of like they're gritting, like they feel pain and they're toughing it out. Number 5 is shaking. If they are, you know, really dealing with pain, they might be shaking, and that is due, from what I read, to it could be adrenaline, which is just a natural fight or flight response due to the pain that's causing them to shake. Number 6 is paying attention to a sore area. If this is not some internal thing, but maybe they have a wound or there's some part of their body that hurts them specifically, they're paying attention to it, or maybe they are, you know, not favoring a side. They don't want to lay down on the side that they normally lay down on, or that they are just paying attention to a specific area that might be bothering them. Number 7, moving slower. If they normally move at a certain pace, and it's really important to get to know your piggy's general behavior so that when something is off, you can spot it. So it's really important to spend as much time with your piggies as you can, and this should just be something that you want to do because you love them and you love spending time with them. And when you do that, you will automatically and very quickly get a sense of their general behavior, their general personalities, and you will be able to quickly spot when something is not right. So if they are moving slower than they normally do, if they normally run, but now they're just sort of walking at a slower pace, that could be a sign that they're not feeling well. So number 8 is moving less or laying down more. Piggies that are not feeling well, just like you and I, if we're not feeling well, we might be moving less. We might not want to get up. We might, if we're feeling tired or lethargic, we might move less. If we're in pain, we might not want to move at all. So these are really obvious signs that your piggy is in pain. Number 9 is limping. Just like moving slower or moving less, if they are limping, if they are not favoring one side, if they're walking in a way that seems off or not like their normal self, then it could be that they are feeling in pain, and pain is a symptom that something is wrong. You know, we want to alleviate the pain, but the pain itself is a symptom that something is wrong. So it's not just treating pain, but the pain is a sign, just like these other signs of common illness. The pain is a sign that something's wrong. Now, we don't want our piggies to feel pain. We want to alleviate that pain, but we do want to get at the root cause of what is wrong. And when you go to a vet, it's not just, oh, they gave me pain medicine and everything's fine. No, what's causing the pain? You should always leave the vet with an understanding of what is wrong and what the course of action is to treat it. So the last sign number 10 on this Guinea Pig Magazine signs of pain list is bar biting or grid chewing. Now, most of us, we've done a video about this recently, have piggies that from time to time will chew on grids. And based on the comments that you guys put, a lot of times it is when they want something. Either there is a piggy nearby them that they are taunting, or it is when they are anticipating treats. A lot of you said your piggies chew on the bars when they are anticipating treats. So if it's none of those times and your piggy is chewing on the bars, they could be chewing on something else. That could be a sign, along with the grinding teeth, which was number 1 in the first list. That could be a sign that you're dealing with pain. So let's talk about these 3 long-term signs of pain that Guinea Pig Magazine's talking about. They say number 1 is eating less or losing weight. I definitely recommend weighing your pigs regularly, and if you do see signs of weight loss or that they're not eating, weighing them several times during the course of a day to get a baseline of how much they weigh. That's really important. So along those lines, the second sign of long-term pain is drinking less. It's just like with eating. If they're not feeling well, maybe they are drinking less. If they have something that actually is limiting their mobility, pain that is making them not want to leave their house, they might be thirsty, but they might not feel well, or if they have trouble walking, they might not come out as much to drink. And so that, along with not eating, can make them really lose weight, get dehydrated, and cause a whole bunch of other issues that might not even be directly related to their initial source of pain. So check your water bottle levels, and always sort of, if something's off, if your water bottle should be halfway down and it's not, then check your piggies. And of course, we should be checking them every day, looking into their eyes, listening, and paying attention to their general behavior and appearance and well-being, their demeanor, just to get a sense of how they're feeling. So this last one on the list would be an unkempt coat, or they are grooming less. If your piggies normally are very clean and all of a sudden they just seem dirty for some reason, then that could be a sign that your piggies are not feeling well. So take that into consideration. And if your piggies are normally beautifully well groomed and now they're sort of looking a little bit unkempt, it might not be that they're just getting old and lazy, but that they actually don't feel well. So always ask yourself, is this just how my piggies are, or is there something wrong? It doesn't hurt. It actually can benefit to be a guinea pig hypochondriac, and we all tend to be anyways. The best guinea pig parents that I know are hypochondriacs when it comes to their piggies. They're like, oh, what's wrong? Guinea pigs are prey animals. They are going to hide their illnesses. Like I said, they can't tell us what's wrong, so it's up to us to be the sleuths, the investigators, and to really figure out, is this normal? Just, take a deep breath, don't freak out, have an emergency kit so that you can be prepared. Remember, I've got a free care guide on my website. I've got an emergency kit playlist and a whole bunch of information about what to put in your emergency kit, links to a lot of those things that we recommend. You'd be surprised that when you have an emergency kit, you feel a little bit more confident. You're already going to be stressed out if you think that something's wrong, that your piggies are in pain, that they're not feeling well. You have to try to get a vet appointment possibly, and all of a sudden your day, your life is overturned and upended. But having at least the basic emergency kit, maybe some CBD or some leftover pain medicine or baby gas drops. You can't have a big enough, full enough emergency kit, and no matter how much we prepare, there's always going to be the unexpected. So I really do hope that you found this list insightful. I do urge you, check the links down there to the actual articles. It goes into a lot more detail about all of those. There's a number of paragraphs and explanations for each of those on these lists. And of course, Brook Vets is a really good source, and Guinea Pig Magazine is also a really good source. Knowing your sources, trusting them. There's a number of sources and links on my website, scottiesanimals.com, that can help you learn more, learn how to identify common illnesses. I've got a worldwide vet list and a rescue list. And remember, some rescues do free health checks, but if it is an emergency, if you think your guinea pig's in pain, it is important to go to the vet. And a lot of times these vets can be booked in advance, so you want to reach out to a vet. It doesn't hurt to have your vet and a backup vet, a number of vets that you trust that you can touch base with before there's an emergency. So just like your emergency kit, you know who to call when you are feeling frazzled and something is going on. So I really hope that you found this to be a helpful resource. Some of my videos are more fun and silly, and sometimes I just want to get as much information out there as I can and have resources for you to come back to. So hit that like button, maybe save it to a guinea pig playlist that you have that is a resource that you can come back to. And I really am grateful for all of your support. I'm going to be here for you guys just like you are for me. And together we are really helping a lot of piggies. I get a lot of emails where people are saying that this community has really helped them with their guinea pig care. Let me know in the comments if any of these signs or symptoms hold true, or if there's any other signs or symptoms of pain that you have found to be an obvious sign that maybe wasn't included on the list. Any resource, advice, comments, experiences that you can share down in the bottom will help people now and on into the future. So thank you guys so much. I will put my common illness playlist right here, and I think that it's really important to learn as much about common illnesses. At least go through some of these videos, maybe look at the playlist and see what is on that playlist so that you know what to come back to in the future. Until next time, thanks for watching.